Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Native. I actually have not used deodorant in a really long time, and then I tried out these and I'm like in love with these. They make you feel so good, they make you feel so fresh, and they smell phenomenal. And I've been working out a lot lately, and these just help me smell really good and not have any like sort of BO going on after the gym. So coconut vanilla is the one that I'm wearing today. This one is so nice. I also have lavender rose, love this one. But then my absolute favorite, you guys, is this citrus herbal musk. It smells like a little bit masculine with like a feminine touch. I don't know, just the mixture of that to me is like so good. It's like utter perfection. And they also have plastic-free packaging for those of you that want to be plastic-free. And so this company is just super cool. And they're also vegan, cruelty-free. They formulate without parabens, without sulfates, and also without aluminum, which is so nice. Aluminum was the reason why I like stopped using deodorant back in the day. So here we go, aluminum-free deodorant, you guys. I love it. Also like that it just glides on really easy. It dries really fast. It feels really good when it's on, and the scent isn't overpowering. It's just like right there. It's just the right amount in my opinion. I think that they actually nailed their scents so well. That is like my favorite part about this company, and I honestly love every single one, and I cannot wait to try more because they have so many different scents that you guys can choose from. Highly recommend going and checking them out. And if you guys are interested in them, normally 3 plastic-free deodorants are $39, but if you guys use my link and my code, you guys can get it for only $29, which is 25% off. It is super amazing. They also have free shipping in the US, and they ship to these countries right here that are listed on the screen, so definitely go check them out. I absolutely love them. And again, a huge shout out to Native for sponsoring today's video. Love you guys, and without further ado, let's hop right into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about who you are meant to be. So welcome to today's video. I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how this works if you guys are new to pick a card readings. So basically over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. Then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about who you're meant to be in this lifetime. So this is like sort of like career related a little bit. It might touch on career a bit, or just might touch on like the overarching energies of who you're meant to be, what you're here for, your purpose in this world, this lifetime. So we're gonna get into it. If you guys like to choose with crystals on these cards, let's pop some crystals on there right meow. All right, my love, so if you guys like to choose with crystals on the cards, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some bismuth, then we have some fluorite, then over here we have some strawberry quartz, then over here we have some angel aura quartz, and then over here we have some malachite. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, there'll be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box, so that you guys can conveniently click ahead and skip right to your personal reading all about who you guys are meant to be. So with that being said, let's hop right into it, baby. I also want to add a little disclaimer in here. Just so you guys know, tarot is a reading upon your current energy, where you're currently headed. You have free will, my love. You can change anything at any time, okay? This is just a reading upon your current energy, where you're currently at, what you're currently manifesting, and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. All right, my loves, if you guys chose pile number 1, let's hop right into it. All right, my love, so for you guys who chose this pile, we have the 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles as well. So what I'm really seeing for you guys is this sort of like energy where you guys are cultivating a certain craft. Like there's something that you guys are developing a skill on, and it's almost like you guys are developing the skill for a lifetime. It's one of those skills that can never be mastered. You can only ever get better. There's only, you know, more to be discovered in this area for you guys. So I'm getting for some of you guys, maybe some of you guys are artists, maybe some of you guys are learning more about a specific field, trying to become a master of it. Some of you guys might be trying to become masters of your financial life as well, because the 4 of Pentacles can sometimes be investing your money into something, or, you know, this could even be buying homes and things like that, or some sort of art or craft that requires patience, dedication. It takes time to build it. There's a lot of potential in it though. So whatever thing that you guys are meant to be doing is awakening your inner potential. It's something that is being crafted throughout your lifetime. It's not like you guys are like getting into a job that, you know, you get to a certain position and then that's it for you guys. Like, I don't see you guys as someone who enters into a specific field and gets to a certain level in that field and then that's just like you're coasting through that. That's not what I'm really seeing here for you guys. You guys are more of going into a field or area of work where you guys could always strive for more. So like somehow I'm getting like some sort of artist or maybe investor of some type, or maybe you guys open up your own business of some kind where it's creative though. I'm getting this sort of creative energy where you guys get to call the shots. You guys get to decide where you're putting your time and energy. Okay. So that's why I'm feeling like this is more of like singer, painter, artist, some sort of maybe home buyer, investor. Look, we even have a violin over here that's confirming that sort of like artist energy, right? So this is some sort of talent and some sort of craft that takes time to build. It's some sort of physical talent that you guys have, maybe using your hands in some sort of way, you know? Okay, so that's kind of like this energy that I'm picking up on over here. The Seven of Earth also makes me think that this is something that's going to be growing more and more as you get older. So this is something that's going to continually get more prominent in your life. So whatever you guys end up doing, it's like you guys are getting better and better at it, and you guys are making more and more, getting more recognition, getting more noticed as you guys get older and as you guys get better at this craft, okay? Four of Earth, like I said, can be investments or saving your money or needing to invest a lot of time and energy into yourself and into this kind of craft or into this business of yours. It's kind of like, you know, we have to cultivate a lot of energy in this area. The Five of Fire over here is kind of this energy where we're going against the grain a little bit. So it's kind of, some people might look at us and be like, that's a little different, you know, that it's really risky of you to be doing that. You know, there's other people's opinions where maybe we're going in a controversial area where people can have their opinions over us. So another thing that I'm seeing in the Five of Fire is that you guys might be putting yourselves in a position to get critiqued a lot, because the Five of Wands, Five of Fire, can be an area where people are critiquing us. So this is again like being in the spotlight, being an artist where people are judging our work, maybe being a chef where people are judging our food, being in the sort of spotlight. So some sort of talent that puts you in a spotlight to be critiqued, you know? So, and that could also come in like investing. If you guys do like home investing, maybe you guys buy certain homes and flip them, for example, because that can be an investing thing, right? And then people critique that. They're like, well, I didn't like that you did this with it, you know, whatever. You're putting yourself in a position where people can critique you. You're putting yourself in the spotlight. Whatever your talent is, whatever you're going to be doing, people are going to be judging whatever it is that you're doing. And it doesn't necessarily mean in a bad way, because there's of course going to be the opposite side of the spectrum where people also love what you're doing, and that's why you're successful at it. Because I also see with all these pentacle cards, you guys have the potential to make a lot of money doing whatever it is that you're doing. Especially, you know, when we have a job that's more in the spotlight, it tends to be an area where there's a lot of potential for monetary gain in that area, right guys? So what I'm seeing for you guys is that your destiny, your purpose is to cultivate your talent, to really start to master that talent. And of course there is no mastery of it, because you guys are picking a talent where you guys could always get better. You know, if you pick any sort of art, there's always more to explore, you know what I mean? So yeah, this lifetime, you're just meant to enjoy that. You're meant to, you know, do all those artistic sort of creative things. I think that you guys are a very creative person, but you have to let go of your fear of being critiqued in order for you guys to actually be successful, because the critiquing is where, that's when you know you're being successful enough for people to actually even critique you at all, right? And so that happens with anyone, no matter how good you are. There's always going to be people that have things to pick at in whatever field that you go to, right? So then also that Eight of Earth, this is something that we're working on for a lifetime. This is a job that we have for a lifetime. And even though it might take a lot of different, you know, it might sprout in a lot of different areas, so we might take a lot of different directions with this certain thing. So I'm kind of seeing this energy of it's going in, it's allowing us to have multiple pathways in our life, okay? So whatever creative thing that you're doing, it's opening up multiple doors for you to use that creative expression in a multitude of different areas of your life, okay? So with that Eight of Earth, that's saying that there's going to be, like, I think this is something very solid that you're going to be doing for your life, for your lifetime. But I think that, for example, when people ask you what your career is, you have one of those answers that's kind of like, well, I could say this, but that doesn't really encompass everything. So it's like you use multiple different names for your career. You know, like I do a bit of this and I do a bit of that and I do this and this and this and this. And you know, the person listening to it is like, what? Like, you're not just like a bank teller. You're not just like, I don't know, like a doctor, or like, not that a doctor is like just being a doctor. Doctors, that's a huge job, but you know what I mean? Like your career is something that you can't define it with one word, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? It's not definable by one word. All right, so with that being said, let's get into the next couple cards that we have for you guys. We have a lot of cards to get through, so let's see what we get. We have this divination card. We also have productivity. So productivity, guys, this is a job where I also think you're going to be working more hours than the average person, especially because if it's like a talent of yours, this is something where you guys are going to be practicing it. You guys are going to be working in that field. You guys are going to be using your creativity in a multitude of different areas. And whenever we have a job that's in some sort of like creative field, usually, you know, sometimes we get inspiration at the most random of moments, and then we're like, oh, I was gonna take today off, but inspiration hit, baby, so we're going for it, you know? So this is some sort of job where I think that you guys are working more hours than the average person. And right when you hit that, like, that breakthrough moment of finding your passion, that's gonna be when you guys are unstoppable, because the amount of like potential that you have there is so great. And look at, we have those creative scissors right there, again claiming that you guys are going to be doing something creative. This is something super creative. We have the sign of Cancer right here, so this is something that's also connected with music or creativity or art of some kind in some form, right? Okay, so with that being said, then we also have this divination card. And so divination coming up, this one's kind of interesting to me. So this is kind of like using that creative power, like tapping into like getting ideas out of the blue. That's what divination kind of is like, you know, when you sort of get this creativity that's like out of the blue, it's almost like being psychic, right? You know, you're about to fall asleep and then all of a sudden, like, you know, if you're a writer, all of a sudden like this story just comes to your mind and you're like, whoo, my God, that's amazing. You know, like I'm doing that. Like it's this highly creative field where I think that you guys get to use a lot of that psychic ability, a lot of that like intuitive ability. You know, creativity is very intuitive, right? So yeah, you guys might have a big side of you that's in touch with like your spiritual side, and maybe that's going to come out a little bit in your work, right? Because you're going to use your intuition on certain things. Your creativity is going to tell you, you know, your intuition is going to tell you when those creative bursts are coming, for example, stuff like that. So getting into the next few cards, and also look at what is on here. We have, you cannot make this up, you guys. Look at this. We have the violin and the violin. At least I'm pretty sure that's a violin. Maybe it's a cello. I don't know. You guys let me know. But yeah, joyful muse, inspiration. Look at the paintbrush, the violin, cello thing. Like, you guys are definitely doing something creative. You guys are doing something artsy. You know, that's what you're meant to be here for, is to utilize that creativity. And, you know, it doesn't have to be in art or in music. It could be, for example, interior decorating, interior design, being an architect, you know, whatever the case may be. There's so many different fields that involve creativity. So I'm just definitely seeing some sort of creative field for you guys. Okay, then we also have empty well, time to replenish. So I think that a lot of this is coming through like periods of your life where you felt maybe, what I'm kind of picking up from this is almost like finding, or like, you know, oh, I just got a total message. Yeah. For example, a painter paints his picture on a blank canvas. A musician paints his picture on silence. Or like, you know, an interior designer paints their canvas of like, you know, using different types of decor. So you guys are taking things that are like empty and making them beautiful, right? So you're taking like emotion, expressing emotion. This could even stem from periods of your life where maybe you felt like going through an emotionally hard time. A lot of artists go through emotionally hard times and then they're able to express those things. So it's like you guys really help fill the void for people. So yeah, that's what I'm getting, is like you help fill a blank space for people. You help awaken things in people through your art, through your music. For example, like music, when I'm feeling empty and I turn on a certain song, it like fills a part of my soul that was like feeling a lack, right? That's why we're like attracted to certain things. And you do that with paintings, with art, with like, you know, anything. Then we also have Eye of the Needle, intentionality. So you guys, ooh, this is gonna be a job that's very precise. It calls attention to detail. Your job highly calls attention to detail. You're going to be highly detail oriented, very focused in that area, things like that. I think that you're going to have a lot of intention behind what you do. So it's not going to be just like a lack of purpose, right? Your stuff isn't going to just be like, oh, I just painted this for the fun of painting it. It's going to have a lot of purpose, intentionality into it. Okay? Drifter, experience life as it comes. So this card, this is like we're moving from one thing to another. As I was saying, like that you're going to have a lot of different avenues of expression in this creative area. I think that you guys are going to, this is another card confirming that it's going to kind of take a multitude of different roads for you guys. Like there's going to be multiple doorways that you guys are able to express this creativity in. And I do think that it might, Drifter's also telling me that you guys are going to travel for this, or that you guys are just going to enjoy traveling in general. It could be attached to your job, or it could just be something that you do on the side for fun. Again, this video is like who you're meant to be, right? You're meant to be someone who's an explorer, okay? Someone who doesn't define so much of themselves, right? You're also somebody who is very open. That's why we have that empty well. You're open to new things. You're open to new ideas. You're very open, free person. Drifter and empty well. It's kind of like, you know, people who are super defined and have a lot going on, they tend to be ones that don't like to travel, and they like to stay a bit more stagnant because there's so much, they have so much responsibility in that area, right? So what I'm seeing for you guys is this more free sort of life, free lifestyle where you guys are able to just open up and experience a lot of different things. Oh, and then look at, it's funny we just said that. Look at the last card we have. We have a dust devil, moving out of stagnation. So yeah, you guys do not like to be stagnant. It's funny, we were just talking about that. You guys like to change up the energy, and I think that's why you're expressing your creativity in so many different avenues, like I was saying, is because you guys don't like things to get repetitive. You guys have that creative lifestyle where you want it to be you want to live a very colorful lifestyle full of trying out many different things, traveling to many different areas. You guys don't like doing one thing for too long because then it gets boring and you guys are like, nah. Okay, so that is what we're seeing over here for you guys. Pile number one, that is who you are meant to be. Somebody who's very dedicated, somebody who follows their gut feelings, their gut intuition on certain things. And when you feel like it's time for a change, that's when the change is coming, and that's when you go for that change, my love. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number two, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about who you're meant to be. So let's hop right into it. All right, my love. So pile number two, here's what we got for you guys. We have the 8 of Wands, the Moon, the 6 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups right here. So, my love, wow. So first off, the Moon deals with a lot of psychic ability, a lot of intuition. It can also sometimes mean that we're working odd hours for some of you guys, but who you're meant to be. Who you're meant to be, my love. You're meant to be somebody who lives a very free, dreamy life. Let me tell you. We got, that 7 of Cups and the Moon right here automatically tells me that you guys are like heavy dreamers. You guys are somebody who, you probably have a lot of different interests in many different areas. You guys are a natural healer as well. So some of you guys might even be doctors working odd hours, right? You could be some sort of other sort of healer of some kind that's working like different hours than most people. Some of you guys might be very like creative, and it might be a creative job that works very odd hours. Or it could be some sort of like psychic healer, or something very holistic is what I'm kind of hearing as well. Something sort of maybe even like witchy and esoteric for some of you guys. Somebody who discovers mysteries. You guys might be huge into discovering mysteries. Some of you guys might be geologists, scientists, all sorts of different things. Something that falls under the category of mystery. It takes a lot of study to be whatever you guys want to be, and you guys have many different areas of interest. So some of you guys might be super interested in discovering mysteries about the world, or discovering esoteric stuff, like I said, or kind of getting your hands wet in a lot of different healing, things like that. But yeah, like I said, definitely you guys are meant to be, some of you guys are meant to be night owls, and some of you guys probably have a very weird sleeping schedule, but I think it's because, and even some of you guys watching this right now who maybe don't even know what you're meant to be yet, if you guys notice that you have insomnia, it is because you're meant to be somebody who kind of gets these creative bursts and might end up discovering things by, reading a book at 3 in the morning, for example, or might get their next inspiration by scrolling through YouTube at 3 in the morning and stumbling on something that like sends off, like it like clicks or sends off a spark in you that's like, ooh, I need to start doing this because this caught my attention, this caught my interest, and it links up to this whole thing that I was reading about before. And then, you know, like you guys, highly creative, and following your intuition is going to always lead you to where you're meant to be. So I feel like, you know, those intuitive moments when you cannot sleep for some reason, you're like, I don't know why, I was super tired today, but it's 3 in the morning and I'm still up. I think it's because, actually I know it's because, I can tell you right now, I know it's because your intuition is trying to tell you something. It's trying to lead you somewhere. So just kind of follow that. And even if, you know, there's times that I, you know, look at my amount of screen time on my phone and I'm like, I definitely need to get off of that. But sometimes when your intuition's just keeping you up and you're like, I just have an inspiration right now to like search up ancient Egypt, then go do it, my love. Go do it. It might lead you to your destiny, because what I'm seeing right here is that those moments are going to be what leads you towards your destiny, right? Okay, so pick up a good book, because the 8 of Wands over here also means that you're going to have a lot of different connections with a lot of different people. This can also be something where we're moving a lot of energy very quickly. So it's a job that I think has you on your toes a lot, or that it requires you doing a lot, or it could require you traveling a lot, okay? So the 8 of Wands can be really quick travel. It can also be a job that's very spontaneous for you. Okay, so like getting those spontaneous moments of like, oh, I need to go online right now, or like, oh, I need to pick up this book right now, or I have a calling to go to the library and get a book upon this, you know? Like, it's a very intuitive, fast-paced sort of job. And if you guys are a doctor, for example, it could be, you know, working late hours at night, getting called in right away unexpectedly, right? Getting like random calls where you're like, oh, I gotta go in right now. It's very spontaneous. There's a lot of unpredictability in your guys' job. The 6 of Water right here, the 6 of Cups, talks about the past, talks about history. So some of you guys might be really intrigued into the past, into ancient times, to be a historian of some kind. 6 of Water also does deal with healing as well. So this could be attached to being a nurse or a doctor or a healer, Reiki master, things like that. And then the 7 of Water right here is something where there's a multitude of interests for you. Your mind goes into a multitude of different areas, and you're probably going to be somebody who ends up mastering a lot of different areas. You're somebody who's very smart, and you have a bit of knowledge a little bit everywhere, and it actually helps you live a more encompassed life and a more well-rounded, and have a really well-rounded careers, because you guys have your foot wet in so many different areas, to where, you know, this thing that you know about this whole thing is a connection over here that you make by knowing about this thing, whereas people who only know about this thing that don't know about this thing won't be led to here and here and here, you know, if that's making sense so far. Weird example, but that's kind of what I'm sort of seeing right there for you guys. So with that being said, let's get our next couple cards. So we have energy and we have fertility. Very fun. Okay, so energy. Guys, getting random bursts of energy at random moments of the day. Follow that. It is important. Also, this could be energy work. This could be healing through energy. This could be noticing subtle things, or listening to your energy, or going with the flow of your energy. If you're feeling tired for a whole day, baby, that just take your time, because maybe your body is preparing you for that 3 in the morning YouTube binge where you're going to find your spark. You're going to find your, you know, beginning instance into discovering something big, into, you know, for example. That's an example, right? So energy. This could also be talking about holistic healing too, with food and energy, things like that. Holistic healing. Then we also have fertility, okay? So fertility is actually very connected with the moon, because both of these are like very mothering. So some of you guys might even have a very mothering, nurturing type of energy. Fertility can also be connected to the seeds of life. So discovering the meaning of life, discovering history, discovering where we've come from, discovering our roots, things like that. It's also connected with very feminine energy, like the moon, which deals with a psychic ability and stuff like that. The next cards that we have stars in the sky. Look at this energetic body that we have right here. This is very dreamlike again. So you guys have a very powerful magician, wizard sort of energy about you. You guys might also be interested in astrology. You guys also might be interested in astral traveling. You guys might be interested in the Akashic records, for example. Or maybe you guys are very interested in, this could also be talking about, for example, the fact that you guys might work at night. You might work a nighttime job. So even if you guys are a doctor and you're far from being spiritual, this could also just be talking about the fact that you work at nighttime. Right? and also limitless possibility. So you guys can take this career very far if you want to. There's a lot of potential in you guys. And again, this could mean that you guys are also into astrology and things like that, like the bridge between worlds, right? Being very psychic. I think that you guys are very psychic, whether you know it or not, okay? Then we also have eyes of the eagle. Wow, so you guys really need to pay attention to detail in whatever job that it is that you have. Like, you guys need to have like razor sharp focus. This can also be talking about, the eye can be talking about the fact that you guys are psychic again. This can also be talking about research and studies. I think a lot of you guys are going to be super interested in discovering the secrets of life, for example. Then we also have woodwives, adaptability. Your job's going to have you on your toes, baby. You're gonna have to adapt to a lot of different things. For example, odd hours. There's a lot of adaptability. There's a lot of change that happens in whatever career that you guys are in. Then we also have me talks. Me talks? I think that says that. Oh, and look at that. Repairing the mind, body, and spirit. The body, mind, and spirit. Guys, did I talk about healer? Did I talk about being a doctor? Did I talk about, being some sort of like healer, Reiki healer, doctor, something like that. So repairing the body, mind, and spirit, something that's very holistic is kind of what I was picking up on, right? Literally, your guys' destiny is to be helping people, heal people, awaken people spiritually, awaken people to realize that they, their potential, stuff like that, right? So, wow. Full cleanse for you guys. Lots of very nighttime-ish cards. Again, I feel like you guys are working odd hours, but I feel like there's such deep inspiration right here with that Eight of Wands, Eight of Fire that we have. There's so much inspiration in this area for you guys. I think that you guys are never going to have a dull moment. You guys are going to be so inspired about your work. It's going to really keep you on your toes, So, wow. Pile number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated for you guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more future videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about who you're meant to be. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 3, here's what we got for you guys. We have the Ace of Air, which is the Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. We have the Two of Fire, and then the Two of Earth right here. So what I'm picking up on from you guys is that some of you guys will be working, honestly, I got like social media as the first thing when I saw those sword cards, because those are usually about communication, or you work in a job that you work with other people a lot. You need to use your voice a lot in your area of work. This could be a lot on social media, or a lot that's like on air, for example, because that's literally the swords. It's on air. It's like on the media, things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have a job that's in some sort of media position. We also do have the Two of Fire right here. And this is when we kind of work in partnerships. We're working alongside other people, maybe on really big projects. So for example, if you're in media, maybe you have like a whole team that you work with, or maybe you work with like big companies for certain things, or things like that. So Two of Fire is usually when we're working in collaboration with other people. And this could mean like contract work, or it could mean that we actually work, in like a company with other people as well, things like that. Usually it's very collaborative. The Two of Fire can also sometimes symbolize that we do travel a little bit for whatever we're doing. So what you guys are meant to do, who you're meant to be, I see big communication being a part of it, using your voice a lot as a part of it. I see a little bit of travel or some sort of group or company collaboration. I'm also seeing with the Two of Earth right here, this is like kind of like a balance as well. This is when we're like maybe shifting between multitudes of different things. So maybe you guys are working on multiple things at once, and whatever you guys are meant to do, whatever you guys are meant to be. Maybe you guys are juggling being 2 different things. Maybe you guys have like a job over here and then a side hustle over here. Maybe you guys are doing multiple different things, okay? And it's sort of a bit of a balancing act. Or you guys are a bit of a free spirit, but then you also have work, so you're trying to like balancing out those 2 different things. Maybe you guys enjoy to travel, and that's why you have this media lifestyle, because maybe some of you guys have a laptop lifestyle and you travel, and so you're balancing out these 2 different things so that you're able to travel and do your own sorts of things while also having a job as well that supports you. So I kind of see this sort of balance act sort of happening for you guys in your life, and things like that. So let me see what else I'm kind of seeing over here for you guys. Lots of communication. Ace of Air can mean contract work for some of you guys. Okay, social media is definitely coming up big time, or being on the media or using your voice a lot. Owls have a lot of wisdom, so that kind of means that you guys will have to have a lot of knowledge in this area. This is something that you have a lot of experience in, therefore you're able to do it. You know, it's kind of a job that it's kind of pretty hard to do. And also we do have this like Pegasus here with wings that also kind of symbolizes travel as well, right? So we're getting a lot of travel energy happening in today's reading for you guys. But yeah, lots of traveling I'm kind of seeing, and a lot of balance. Lots of like trying to balance practicality versus the life that you want to live, balancing those two different things. And just, you know, yeah, that's the sort of energy we're getting over there. Let's add on some more cards for you guys over here, pile number 3. So we have emotion, we have tranquility, we have transition, and we have passion. Okay. There could be a moment in your life where you're working an average job and you have to transition to what you're passionate about. That could be the 2 of earth and the 2 of fire that we have. Because those talk about a transition as well, or needing to like weigh out, you know, do I keep doing this or do I move on to what I really want to do? Which one do I choose? You know, so that could be talking about that transition as well to what you're passionate about. So there could be a moment in your life where you need to change up what you're doing, right? And that could be why we're picking up on travel, because it could be just that energy that where we're like, we take flight and we're like, I'm getting out of what I used to do, you know, like almost when I'm looking at this card, let's like zoom in on it. So it's almost like, here's the muggle world down here, the average world. And then you guys are like, I need to transcend this ish, you know? And that's why we have this like giraffe too, because he's like, we need to transcend it. We need to go past it, right? So following your emotions and what you're passionate about, right? Rather than following what's always practical, what we're being told we should be doing. And then that tranquility card we have over here. So this is like, again, about following your passions, following what is like, you know, what you desire, how you want to live your life, right? I'm almost gonna turn on this brightness. It got really bright in here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, tranquility, finding your zen, right? Instead of living a job where it takes away your zen, it's just like needing to find your zen a little bit again. Then we also, yeah, that transition in passion. There could be a moment in your career where you guys need to transition out of an old phase to kind of pursue what you're more passionate about. Right, and then the next few cards that we have for you guys, we have Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure. Okay, that fits in so well for you guys. So movement towards adventure. Maybe you guys are gonna get really tired of like an average life and you're gonna be like, I just wanna move towards adventure. And adventure also kind of talks about, you know, the 2 of fire, the 2 of wands energy. That card is the card of adventure, and we're like, yeah, it's time to transcend out of what we're used to and just kind of like see what else is out there for us. So I think that you guys are going to have a transitional moment in your career and in who you are and who you're meant to be, because you know that you're meant to do more, right? Then we also have mindful, group think. Ooh, and I was saying that I kind of saw you guys working in kind of groups, right? Or like working with certain companies, doing media, maybe, you know, doing contracts with certain bigger things and stuff like that, right? So definitely seeing a little bit of that. And look at all the different avenues that you guys are working in. I think that your job is going to end up being very creative, and it's just a lot of different avenues. Could be different cultures as well. Could deal something with that. Then we also have Moon Maiden, new beginnings. Yes, I saw a new beginning for you guys. So it's kind of like this transitional phase where you guys are like, I'm done living my life the way that I've always lived it. It's time to change to what we really, I kind of see this huge, like you guys are meant to have this big shift, a big pivotal moment in your life. Then we also have Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. So you guys, it's almost like you guys enter your life doing something that's practical for you, and then you end up feeling lost by doing that, because you're like, I did it because it's practical, not because it's what I want to do. And you feel like there's a missing piece, so you feel like a little bit lost, right? And then getting back to integrity, there's going to be that transitional, pivotal moment of your life where you're like, there's a fork in the road and you're like, what do I do now? And it's because you're meant to have a big transition. You're meant to have a big shift, big change, okay? So that is what I'm seeing over here for you guys. Pile number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated for you guys. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. And I do also want to add that I think that the job you're meant to be doing is the one that offers that freedom and is that like social media sort of connection, laptop lifestyle, where you're able to kind of balance both. You're able to like kind of travel as well as kind of like have this sort of more freedom sort of lifestyle. And I do think it deals with social media of some kind, some sort of marketing or something that's sort of more online. Maybe it's e-commerce, for example. Like it's something that's online though that you can kind of take and do from wherever. So that is what I'm seeing there for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 4, here's what we have for you guys. We have the King of Water, which is the King of Cups, Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Cups. Then we have the Four of Water, and we also have the Messenger of Fire. So let's talk about this for a second, you guys. What I'm kind of picking up on who you're meant to be. You are somebody who has an incredible amount of compassion. You understand and feel things off of people. You are a very sensitive person. And what I mean by sensitive isn't that you're sensitive to what people tell you, and maybe you guys have a little bit of that. But what I mean about sensitive is that you guys can pick up on things from other people very easily. Like if somebody is feeling a certain way, you can tell the way that people are feeling. You don't have to ask them how they're feeling. You can read it off of them. You can feel it off of them. You guys are highly empathic. So who you guys are meant to be, I think that you guys have this huge potential. And you guys have so much power within you, especially with that King of Cups that we have, but it's about directing it in the right way in order to find that success, in order to find that like treasure hidden beneath the sea, right? Because it's like kind of like Neptune and his trident. There's so much power right here and so much potential, but it's about guiding your emotions correctly. And anytime your emotions are out of alignment, that's when we get the Four of Water, because you guys are highly sensitive. You pick up on things very easily and you feel them very, very deeply, which makes you a very compassionate person. But it can also weigh on you a little bit. Emotions can kind of get the best of you sometimes. They can kind of weigh you down. And so who you're meant to be is somebody who ends up conquering that. So you are going to experience a lot of emotion in your lifetime, but as soon as you begin to learn how to conquer that, you learn how to direct that, you learn how to command that, and take charge of your own emotions and not get bogged down by what you're feeling off of the world, that is going to be the moment where you step into your ultimate power. And that's what you're kind of here to sort of navigate and learn this lifetime. You're also a huge nurturer, so I wouldn't be surprised if you end up working in some sort of service that, or some sort of area of life where you can offer compassion, nurturing, healing to other people. You can help them feel better, through your own mission of your own healing, your own betterment of yourself is kind of like how you end up guiding and helping and aiding the world. So I think that you're going to work and be in a field that is something along the lines of that. Okay, some sort of healing with your emotions, with like caretaking. You guys also might be really interested in animals and pets, because I kind of see this Messenger of Water just like looking at this sort of seahorse, and it reminds me of pets for some reason. I think that you guys have a huge connection to nature. You have a huge connection to animals and life and things like that. So I think that you guys are very compassionate in that area. And then also with this Messenger of Fire, this is about you guys stepping into that power, stepping into that like moment of being able to really stand up for yourselves and move energy forward regardless of how you're feeling. So once you're able to kind of conquer those emotions and move forward no matter what, that's going to be your moment of stepping into your ultimate potential of being able to do whatever you want this lifetime. And so who you're meant to be is somebody who goes through a lot in order to have that be your inspiration and your push in order to make you a really strong person, right? It's like the best example I have for this is if you have no muscle in your arms and it's really hard for you to lift up anything, and then like the universe throws you into a gym and you're like, oh my God, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. You know what I mean? And then you're like, and then you just keep going at it, but then you like kind of give up for a while, and then the universe is like, no, you got to keep going, and you're like, it's so hard. And then you finally decide that you're going to do it, and you're going to keep going at it, and you're going to face it, and you're just going to push through it. And right when you start to push through it, all of a sudden you're building those muscles, and all of a sudden you can lift any of the weights, and then you're like the strongest person there, and then you're like, wait a minute, I can do anything now. You know what I mean? It's just like, this is the moment of the universe. The universe is throwing you this sort of like gift, because once you are able to conquer this and face this and get past it, the emotional strength that you're going to then have is immensely incredible. And the amount of change and positivity that you can leave on this planet because of that is incredible. You know what I mean? It's incredible. Okay? So, with that being said, let's add on some more cards here. So we have duality and we have success. So duality, seeing both sides of the picture, noticing that the good things, yes, those are good. They offer purpose. And also the bad things, guess what? Those offer purpose too. So I think that you guys are somebody who's going to go through a lot in your life, and you've probably been through a lot in your childhood, but it was to make you into the person that you are now, to light that fire under your butt, to push you forward, right? To push you into success. Okay? We got some Libra energy on this card as well. Or is that peppermint? Yeah. Peppermint. Peppermint coming through. So yeah, for you guys, it might manifest in relationships as well. You might notice a lot of emotional stuff coming up in relationships. I think that for you guys, relationships are the biggest purpose in this lifetime for you guys. I think that you guys have come here to kind of like navigate through relationships, because those are going to be what pushes you towards the lessons that you need to learn in order to be successful in anything that you choose. And I think that you guys have a very broad spectrum of the career that you guys can choose, but I mean, it's all up to you. I think that you guys have a very open sort of layout blueprint for you guys in this lifetime, but it's all about you guys conquering certain lessons in relationships that will teach you and mold you. It's like character building you into the person that you need to be in order for you guys to move through and then do anything, because the Knight of Wands, he can do anything, and he goes after his passions, and he learns to go after his passions. And he's like, nothing is stopping me now. There's nothing holding me back, baby. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about the next few cards. So we have Will o' the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. So, literally what we were just talking about. This card talks about what we were just talking about, you guys. Treasures hidden in the shadows. So your gifts this lifetime are going to be within the deep lessons that you have to learn, right? The shadow self. So anytime that you're feeling deep things, or you're going through a hard period of your life, that is going to be where that's where your treasures are, baby. That's where all your gold is, to reach you to the ultimate success of whatever you want. Anytime that you guys want something, I think that you guys are going to be manifesting some sort of like resistance, and that resistance is to build you into that strong person, right? Because anytime we go to the gym, if we don't add resistance, we're not going to be building no muscle, right? So if we're like, ooh, I want to be able to climb to the top of Mount Everest, and let's say you've never worked out before, it's probably not going to go out very well. And so you're going to manifest all of a sudden being in a gym. The universe is going to be like, pick up them weights, and you're going to be like, oh, it's so hard. It's like, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. So hidden in the shadow. So the shadow is that part of ourselves that we don't want to face, right? Those hard moments in life, that resistance that we're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to face it. I don't want to go, So many people don't want to go to the gym because guess what? It's resistance, right? But that's where your biggest treasures are, because those are going to character build you into becoming the ultimate you that you could ever be. It's character building. Anytime we go through tough lessons, it is character building, baby, as long as you are able to face it and learn from it. And you probably have noticed that already in certain aspects of your life, and you would not be who you are today without some of those major things happening before in your past, right? And then we also have gestation period, winter's dream. So this can mean when we're in the cocoon stage. So you guys are like the cocoon, the butterfly emerging. So the best example that I have for you guys, I was watching Lost recently again, and there's an episode where Locke is telling Boone, if you guys have ever seen Lost, we're just gonna go into the example, but anyway, they're talking about this sort of cocoon, and the butterfly was trying to get out of the cocoon, and Locke used the example of like, you can't help the butterfly out of the cocoon, because if you help him, he's not going to develop the needed strength in his wings to then fly, and then he'll just die because he can't fly. Because that cocoon is meant to be so dang tight that butterfly has to struggle, and I mean struggle, to get out of that cocoon. But that's nature's way of helping the butterfly build those muscles to use those wings, right? Because without that, that caterpillar's never had wings before. They didn't develop muscles for that. So how do you develop the muscles? Let's go into a cocoon. Let's make it hard AF to get out of. And that way those muscles get fully built. You have that full strength once you get out of that cocoon, that you're rewarded with the ability and the gift to fly. Okay? Gestation period, baby. Winter. You know, anytime you're going through phases of not being able to move forward, you feel stuck by something. It's because the universe is giving you a beautiful gift. It's a beautiful gift. And it's just like, if you can get out of this, then baby, you can fly, right? And so your life is like full of these sort of like moments of those sort of lessons, baby. And it's because you have the ability to do anything. So I think that for you guys who chose this pile, you have like a very magical pile because you guys can do anything. Your future is up to you. And I mean, and anyone's future is up to them. But this is a very powerful reading in particular because it's like whenever you guys decide that you want to do something, the universe will provide you with the cocoon, the perfect cocoon to build you whatever muscle that you are trying to build, to give you the gift that you're asking for. So for example, if you're wanting to be, I don't know, like an actor, the universe is going to be like, oh, let's put you through some emotional-ish so that you can learn all the different emotions that you're going to need to learn to be in a big movie, for example, you know, because you need to learn how to act all sorts of different things. You need to learn how to like bring up different emotion, different experiences that helps you become a better actor, right? Even when being a singer, for example, because you can tap into different emotions or like whatever the case may be. I'm just like throwing out random examples, but you know what I mean? Just like tap it into like any part of your life, right? It is giving you the gifts of that. Then look at over here. We have the perfect storm, the courage to step into life. So this is getting past shyness. This is gaining the courage to step out there, out of your comfort zone. So your whole life is about getting out of your comfort zone. Water loves to be in its comfort zone. It don't like to get out of the comfort zone, but sometimes it's forced to do that, right? Sometimes a storm comes along and pushes water outside of its comfort zone and then it needs to work its way back into the ocean, okay? So the courage to step into life. This is about building that courage, baby. Look at that angel number 44. It's all about the strong foundation. Then we also have heart home compassion. Baby, you are an empath. You are super compassionate. We've been talking about that this whole reading. This is like, wow, the cards are like, they don't lie, guys. They don't lie. They always like play off of each other so well. So yeah, heart home compassion. This is about expanding your heart to bigger depths than you've ever been before. This is about giving you the gifts of whatever you want, whatever you need. It's about going with the flow of it, listening to it. Okay? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 4. So your life's destiny, who you're meant to be this lifetime, is someone who relates so deeply to other people and is able to bring about gifts at will. But these gifts do come in a way where you're going to learn very deeply these gifts, right? You're not going to learn it easily because whenever we learn something easily, we're never really good at it, right? If it comes to us super easy, it's really not that developed, right? So yes, you guys, lots going on this lifetime, but it's because you have so much potential and so much gift within you. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 4. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 5, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about who you're meant to be. So let's hop right into it. Oh my goodness, pile number 5. Here's what we have for you guys. We have the Fortune's Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Earth, Star, and then the 9 of Air. So first off, I'm getting a total feeling emotion that you guys are somebody who's been through a lot early on in life, and you guys are going to blossom into this powerful, like, this powerful soul. Okay, and it's because you guys have probably been through a lot. Like, you're early on, I feel like you're early on childhood, there's like a lot that went on, but then you like stepped into your guys' power. I almost feel like you guys didn't come from a lot, most of you guys who chose this pile, or there was something kind of hard that went on at the very least. And then you guys sort of step into some sort of power where you guys are able to create your dream life for yourselves. And what I mean, like, look at this, we got the Star in this here. Like, the Star is being in the right place at the right time. This is like everything was so divine. I think as you guys get older, you're going to realize how divine your entire childhood was, how divine everything in your life has been. Okay? And it's like this total stepping into this ultimate position of power where you guys are very successful. You guys are very on top of it. You guys are very unwavered and unmoved by the external reality. It's like almost nothing can faze you anymore. You're like, oh, I've been through worse. Like, it's fine. Like, you guys are so unfazed by anything. It's almost like when you guys have been through such a kind of darker, harder period, then you come out of it, it's like everything just seems so bright after that. And your whole life there on after is so bright. You've been through so much. And because of that, you know what to avoid. You don't take no ish from the world. You guys just step into this position of power and you stay in that position of power. And I think that some of you guys are going to be very connected to dream life. You're going to be very connected to some sort of spiritual sort of side. Maybe some of you guys are even connected towards astrology, things like that. But somehow it's just like there's something so divine that kind of like pulled you out of whatever it was back in your past. And it's put you in this space of like not needing to rely on anybody. You don't need to rely on anybody, baby. Like, those of you who chose this pile, there's such a powerful energy in each of you. It's like so powerful. It's this light that just beams out. I think that you guys are going to be so connected to nature. You guys are going to be so connected to your own healing. And through that, I think that you guys are going to be healing other people. There's like a total inspiration that you guys are bringing to this planet, and it's coming from this position of power. I think you're going to inspire a lot of people this lifetime, especially being beside the star card. There's a lot of people that I think that you're going to touch and inspire, and it's because they look up to you, because they see you as this person that's in this position of power, this person who's overcome adversity, this person who's overcome so much in their lifetime, and somehow is this very powerful, strong person who's gotten past all of their emotional shit. Like, you've gotten past that, you've healed all that, and people look up to that and they're like, wow, how did you do it? Like, that is the most inspiring thing ever. Especially because the position that I see you guys in of who you're meant to be is just this person who is so on top of it, has so much of their ish together. Like, there's not an ounce of fear in your body. There's not an ounce of unsurety in your body. You guys are so sure of who you are. You guys are so sure of where you're going. It's like nothing phases you. It's just like you know what you want and you get what you want. And it doesn't even come from a greedy place. It just comes from a place of like, I'm just going to go do that now. Like, there we go. Got it. You know, and there's this calm energy in your life. There's this calm energy in your soul of like, just, it's this security of knowing who you are that's like so powerful. It's very interesting. It's almost like Mother Earth. It's like you guys become that goddess energy of like that earth energy of just unwavering, unmoving, like pure soul is like what I'm getting. It's powerful, you guys. It's so powerful, especially like right next to the star. It's just like, it's not like you guys are emotionless either. You guys have so much love to give and you guys are full of love, but it comes from a place of not insecurity. It comes from a place of pure security. You know what I mean? Like it has depth, but it's not like it's insecure and moving around everywhere, right? We also have the Nine of Swords right here. So this also tells me you guys have been through a lot. And I think that's going to stick with you. It's going to be a reminder kind of that you have. But I think it ends up kind of expressing itself as a gift later on. This ends up expressing itself as a total gift because then you guys mature so quickly at a young age. And because of that, you guys are an old soul at a very young age, right? You guys have already been through all the ish. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the next couple cards. We also have continuance and trust. So the apple is almost reminding me of this health of your life, keeping up your vitality and your health. That's what that one's reminding me of, is like finally realizing that you want to live a very healthy lifestyle and you only want to give out health and you want to heal other people is what I'm picking up on from the apple. Then we also have trust, which is also very interesting. I've been so attracted to basil lately, and then we have some basil out here. Okay, so trust. Yeah, that's like that, having that security, that foundation that we were talking about. Like there's this trusting emotion about life after that. Like nothing scares you. There's no more fears anymore. So that card just reiterates that perfectly. Then let's go into our next one. We have deep diver, diving into a task. you guys are able to like face any fear. You guys have no more fear. So this card's like telling me that there's such a depth to you. Like I was saying, there's an emotional depth that you guys have. You're no longer scared of emotional depth. You're no longer worried about anything. You almost like, not that you look down on people, but I feel like when you see other people that have a hard time getting there, you sympathize with them because you understand what they've been through, but you've already healed all of that. So you're able to like really recognize it in other people. Okay, so deep diver, you're able to go really deep emotionally. You're able to have no fear anymore. You're able to tap in so deep into this deep wisdom that you've attained through this. Then we also have resonating. Ooh, I think you're going to be like a huge healer towards other people who resonate with your story. And I think that you're going to heal people that have been through something similar, or like help them through that, something along the lines of that. Then we also have reconciliations. Ooh, like this is healing the past because maybe you have to reconcile with certain people, and it's going to teach you a lot. It's going to teach you a lot about emotional depth, about healing yourself. Ooh, the farther gate, bold step forward. It's like going into untreaded waters, untreaded territory, having no more fears, but finding the light at the end of that tunnel. Finally realizing that tunnel, even though it was so scary to walk through, and it was so hard to walk through, it gave you the most beautiful gift at the end of it. And it's just like, ooh, we've made it. We've made it to the area of bliss. And all of a sudden your life is just like bliss after that because you've made it through the deepest of things, right? So that is what I'm seeing right there for you guys. Pile number 5, that was a very powerful kind of message right there. Whew, let me see if I see anything else for you guys. So who you're meant to be is just this beautiful person who's just like the light at the end of the tunnel for other people, helping other people through that, finding that emotional depth in the world. What I'm picking on for career is a little bit different for each of you. I'm not getting like a bunch of different, but some sort of like helping people through things. Some of you guys might be interested in marine life since we have this deep dive and also this whale right here. Some of you guys might be interested in that. It's also about like facing certain fears. So maybe about healing people past certain things. Might be connected with nature since I'm getting a lot of nature-y things coming up. Yeah. Whew. Powerful, powerful stuff. Oh my goodness, pile number 5. So that is what we're seeing for you guys. I hope it resonated for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. I also want to say I see you guys being very successful monetarily. I think I might have said that early on in the reading, but I felt like repeating it just now. There's going to be a lot of monetary success in store for you guys, okay? As long as you dive deep, okay? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more future videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.